The idea first started as a teeny-weeny idea, but back then was huge. In fact, it was the biggest ask to the General Assembly for any one project that had ever been asked. We need something that the whole world will come to.
I was on the Convention Bureau board, the first woman. Members of the board would go and talk with the legislators, convince them on how this could be a major industry in all of Georgia.
I wouldn't call it arm twisting, but I think there was a lot of education of what this would mean.
My husband at the time was a lobbyist, got a phone call from Jimmy Carter. He said, "Gene, I'm going to veto the bill." Gene said, "What? You will go down in history as the person who stood in the way of progress." And Jimmy sort of grinned, and he said, "Well, I'll tell you what, if you, Gene Dyson, will chair the World Congress Center Authority, I'll sign the bill."
We didn't know what a convention center was exactly. As we worked through the design, I began to learn more and more about, how fantastic this was going to be for the city and the state.
When they hired me to consult, I had no idea they were going to ask me to take the job of being the first manager of the place. They didn't know what they wanted to rent the building for, had no staffing. Started asking, what do we do with the Bobbin Show?
Actually had a chance to experience the first show that the Congress Center ever hosted. I just remember my eyes were this big, looking into the glass that oversaw Hall A.
We were only open for a couple of years. We realized we were sold out for the future, so we needed to expand.
The seed was planted and it started growing. All these other things have rooted from there.
This was the place where it all started, watching that growth happen and seeing how the whole campus began to develop.
A lot of business rotated through here that was pretty significant in our growth. And of course, with that growth came expansions of the World Congress Center, and also came the Georgia Dome, Centennial Olympic Park, 4 expansions of the World Congress Center.
It was like I landed in the best spot in the world. Atlanta, the Georgia World Congress Center is always sort of that gold star of venues that were getting it right.
You come down here in downtown and you see Mercedes-Benz Stadium, you see Centennial Olympic Park, you see Signia by Hilton Hotel, and you see a massive building that's a convention center.
This building is the genesis of development around this area, not only the hospitality industry, but the community.
Almost 16,000 jobs across the city and state to the almost $2 billion worth of economic impact.
Those dollars get reinvested back to the state. They get reinvested back into communities all around the state in areas like education and healthcare.
At the end of the day, we're in this together. We're successful together. We win together.
Bricks and mortar are great, and we've got a lot of great bricks and mortar there, but it's the people. Because without the people, you're really not anything.
One of our biggest assets, really and truly, are our people. I say it all the time, our community is what sells Atlanta.
We've always been one to develop the relationships with the customer to figure out exactly what their true needs are.
I now sit on the other side of the client table. I know we're in good hands. I know that we will be well taken care of. I know the level of detail because I lived it, that they go to and the lengths that they go to ensure a quality customer experience.
Enjoy your day. Thanks for coming.
We're not done yet.
January of 25, we have the college football championship game. We're hosting here in Atlanta. And the following year, in 2026, we have the FIFA World Cup Championship.
From my perspective, there's not a finish line. I'm so blessed to be here and part of what we're headed and where we're headed with the team.
The legacy of everything is what's all happening today.